Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Georgie, and I'm your friendly neighborhood anime and manga fan. I love all things anime and all things manga, and I'm here today to talk about Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, Episode 10. So, what did I think about this week's episode? I thought this week's episode was awesome. I think it did a great job at setting up the tension, as well as now making the conflict be unlike anything we ever seen before, because now Gojo has been truly sealed. My man is captured, and now the good guys, the rest of the sorcerers, they have to step up to the plate and prove to the curses that, even without Gojo, they're still a formidable threat, as well as, they don't just simply rely on Gojo. So this is setting up to be a all-out war, and I can't wait to see it. Now, before I go any further with this week's episode, I just wanted to give you guys a quick reminder to make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you guys can be up to date with all my Jujutsu Kaisen, as well as all my anime and manga content that I'll be providing in this channel. It really helps out a lot, and I would really appreciate if you guys could subscribe to my YouTube channel. So if you guys could, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now, with all that out of the way, let's get into this week's episode. Now, how the episode starts off is actually catching up where we left off last episode, which is pretty much we see Mekamaru talking to Juji, and we're pretty much filled in what happened. And we see that Mekamaru had a contingency plan where if he ever were to be taken out, he would be able to spill the information to, so people could know what's going to happen at Shibuya. And the reason he specifically picked Juji, he explains, is because he knew that Juji was not going to be a traitor. He didn't want to make it so there was a loose cannon or somebody that could, spread the information beforehand. He wanted to make sure that it could be someone reliable, and that someone reliable was Juji. And what we see is that, Juji is very hesitant. It's like, dude, you're the traitor. What are you doing? Like, at first he's like all scared. Like, he throws the thing in the floor. He's all pissed. It's like, dude, get out of here. Like, who are you? And as we continue, we see that just Mekamaru just lets them in the plan, and he explains to them, like, yeah, Gojo is sealed. And Juji's face is completely shocked, and I understand why. I mean, it's the worst case scenario. The strongest has been captured, and now it's up to them to, step up to the plate and defeat the curses. And talking about curses, we also catch up with Geto and Gojo, and we see that Gojo's about to be sealed. And in the meantime, Gojo's just like pissed off. It's like, man, this is ridiculous. Like, come on, Geto, like, get out of snap. Like, snap back to reality. Like, come on, you can do it. Like, are you gonna be just a puppet for the rest of your, eternity? And we see that Geto, like, his body, moves and chokes himself. And, Kenjaku's like, what is this? Like, what? This is incredible. I never thought that, something like this could happen. And then we proceed to see a little debate between him and Mahito, where they talk about, like, well, I thought that the soul was, the foundation of the body. But apparently, no, the body is fused with the soul, or the body is the soul itself. So, because Kenjaku says that in all his life, he's never seen anything like this. And pretty much we see, like, he's being choked. And eventually, he's able to overcome it. But he's still surprised, and nonetheless, like, he's still shocked at the fact that Geto, was able to fight, within himself, like, to choke Kenjaku for even a couple of seconds, but still impressive enough that he was able to overrule, Kenjaku's control just for that little bit. And what we see after that is, Gojo, he's just like, man, can you just, like, get it over with? Like, I'm already bored. This sucks. This view sucks. Like, just get it over with, dude. And then, Kenjaku's like, all right, very well. Like, as you wish. Like, I'll see you in the new world. And he seals Gojo. And Gojo is completely sealed. And while all that is happening, we also catch up back to the three squads consisting of, Maki's team, Panda's team, as well as Megumi's team. And what we see is that they're, spreading out. They have no idea what's happening because they don't have any information about Gojo being sealed. And they're all going in blindly. They don't know that this was all... They don't know what the end goal is here, in the sense that they don't know that Gojo has been sealed. And what we see is they proceed, with caution as well. And they, continue to go in. And what we see as well is that, Kenjaku, he tries to lift up the box. But then the box, like, it's so heavy and it just goes down, the Prism Realm box. And what we proceed to see is that Gojo, apparently, the box itself is still analyzing Gojo or something along those lines, like, in the sense that they won't be able to lift that box for a while, which is great news for the for the good guys, because Juji learns this through Mekamaru, because Mekamaru has been spying on the curses. Because we see that Juji with Mei, they proceed to go forward, and they're like, okay, well, we're gonna join we'll believe you, Mekamaru, we'll go with your plan, and we're gonna go forward, which they do. And as they approach, they see that there's two other curses that are gonna fight them. And Mei says, okay, I'll take them on. You just proceed and go to Shibuya Station. Go ahead, Juji. and Juji's whole plan is to go to Shibuya and inform everybody what's happening. And while all that was happening, we see the curses. They're still complaining amongst themselves, like, okay, now that we took down Gojo, we should be able to like win. And they talk about like if it's a 1v1, like in the sense of all the curses versus the human sorcerers, we should win just from pure power. So we just gotta make sure that Gojo does not get broken out. And then we see them have like a funny banter in the sense that they're like, okay, I want to kill Juji. And you see Yugo, Chozo and Mahito, they're all like, I want to kill Juji. And pretty much you just see all of them complaining, and they're like, no, I want to kill him. No, I want to kill him. And it was a funny banter because you see, just the three of them just like, no, I want to do it. But then eventually, they all have their reasonings, obviously, and we see that Mahito, he's like, okay, how about this? Like, if we kill like Yuki's whatever, like either way it's a win-win, like, because if we don't kill him and we let Sukuna come back, the curses shall rise again. But if, let's say, we do win this battle, then we win, like we don't need Sukuna. So like either way it's a win-win. Now nice point to point out is that Yugo did bring up like, maybe we don't even need Sukuna, like maybe we don't, like, and let's say if we do bring him in, what if he kills us all? Like, so Yugo's already sketched out because he does not trust Sukuna at all, which I don't blame him. I mean, the king of the curses, there's no way that he would want to share that that throne and that power with other people. So he is very skeptical about like letting Sukuna run wild, even though it's like their last hooray play. But continuing on, we see that they leave and they're like, yeah, we're gonna kill Juji. And they proceed to just leave the station. And while all that is happening, we see that Kenjaku's like, he sees these two girls and they're like, you guys are smarter than those curses. And what we see is that it's the two girls that were pretty much with Geto back in Jujutsu Kaisen 0, the ones that he saved, the ones that we saw in the flashback of the hidden inventory, where Geto rescues those two girls from his village and leaves. We see those two girls, and then these two girls are pissed. They proceed to just say like, let Geto's body go, like you promised that once your whole scheme was over with, that Geto will be back, like you'll give us his body back. And what Kenjaku proceeds to tell them is like a super sassy, very funny line, which is like, if you guys really wanted to like make a pact with sorcerer, you should have like made a vow, like a pact, because a promise is not, I don't keep like that ain't gonna work. And I tell you what, you guys can like get out of here. I won't kill you, but if you guys try to test my patience again, I will kill you. So just a heads up. And you just see the girls like super pissed off, and they go off to the distance, and we don't see where they go. They just kind of vanish in the shadows. And then finally, what we catch up at the end is, Itadori does meet everybody, because he went up to a big building and started screaming at everybody like, Nanami, like he just started screaming, and eventually everybody heard him, or at least Nanami's squad heard him, and they go up to that building, they regroup, and now they're coming up with a plan. And their plan is like, okay, if Gojo's really sealed, then this is bad. This is like the worst case scenario. Nanami is very strategic, he's very smart, and because of that, he knows that they're in very, very deep danger. So he tells, the other guy, I forget his name, he tells him like, overlook, Megumi and Itadori. I'll go there and start, killing curses and whatnot. Make sure they take care of the bell. That's your guys' job. This is a very dangerous mission. And you see in his eyes, like he's very, very, very tense, because he knows just how much of a doomsday scenario this is, because he even says if Gojo is really taken out, then that means that humanity lost, which that is big. That's a big statement. So not only he really takes the burden of, okay, I gotta do this. And the closing thing in the episode is where we see pretty much all the players, as Nanami and Yuji and Megumi, they're ready to fight. We see all the players that are going to be fighting in this big all-out war. And this was a great episode, because now Gojo's really gone. Like, my man is not coming out to help. Like, Superman is done for. And now, like I've been saying, the good guys have to step up their game and prove to themselves like, we are worthy, we don't need Gojo. We cannot just use him as a trump card. And that's something that I think that it's very important for the Jujutsu like world in general, because if you solely rely on one guy, that's you're really like putting all your eggs in one basket. Maybe, I mean, Gojo is the strongest and why not, but still, like, literally you guys should like try to manage your power levels more so something like this would not happen. But hey, who am I to say? Like, Kenjaku is just a big brain genius, literally. But he plotted all this perfectly, and it was checkmate. Gojo was checkmated, and it was fantastic. And now that everything has been set up, I really can't wait to see where everything pays off, because now everything matters going forward. Like, every decision that the main characters do will have consequences and will be very crucial, because now they can't just, like I said, they can't rely on Gojo. Gojo is gone, and now they gotta fight their own battles. So if they make mistakes, Gojo ain't gonna help them out. And I think that's something great for the plot as well as for the story going forward. But with all that being said, what did you guys think about this week's episode? Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys thought it was alright? What are you guys thought? Let me know in the comment section down below. Also, thank you so much for sticking all the way to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more Jujutsu Kaisen as well as more anime and manga content in the near future. But yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.